and pons and two diagrams. This diagram, that is diagram of medulla oblongata, and here is diagram of pons, that is from page 16 till page 22. Next time we start from medulla oblongata. Look here, that is medulla oblongata, and we will compare with diagram of the spinal cord. What is this fissura in spinal cord? Fissura mediana anterior, and here it is in medulla oblongata the same, fissura mediana anterior. What is this groove? Medianus posterior, and here it is the same groove, sulcus medianus posterior. In place where posterior root lives, number 3, posterolaterales, and in anterior root, sulcus anterolaterales. Here it is number 3, sulcus posterolaterales, and here it is sulcus anterolaterales. And this small groove, sulcus intermedius posterior, and the same groove is here, sulcus intermedius posterior. What else? This fascicle is fasciculus gracilis, and here it is fasciculus cuneatus, and here it is the same tubercles. This tubercle is tuberculum gracilis, and here it is tuberculum cuneatus, number 7, tuberculum cuneatus. Only new name for you, that is, here it is number H, that is inferior peduncles of cerebellum. This lateral structure between sulcus posterolaterales and sulcus anterolaterales, that is aliva, and pyramid, that is space between fissura mediana anterior and sulcus anterolaterales, number 10. That is external structure of medulla oblongata. Now, internal structure. Inside of tubercles, here and here, we have the same nuclei. That is why this nucleus gracilis and this nucleus cuneatus. Here it is symmetrical structures. And from this nuclei, tractus bulbothalamicus begins. Tractus bulbothalamicus. Why bulba? Because another name of medulla oblongata, that is bulbus cerebri, or myelencephalon. Myelencephalon, bulbus cerebri, and medulla oblongata, all of them names of this part of brain. Clear? 3 names. That is why bulbus cerebri, that is why from bulbus cerebri start tract and continues to thalamus, tractus bulbothalamicus. And this tract, number, what is the last number? 10. That is why 11, that is nucleus gracilis, 12 nucleus cuneatus, 13 tractus bulbothalamicus, and place of decussation of this tract, that is decussatio lemniscorum. Decussatio lemniscorum, that is place where this tract goes to opposite side. Decussatio lemniscorum. Now, this tract continues to thalamus, and today you also know new 2 tracts which also goes to thalamus. They are tractus spina and lateralis. Both of them pass here. It is tractus spina thalamicus lateralis, number 15, and spina thalamicus anterior, number 16. And near of them the same, we have tractus rubra spinalis, number 17. Then inside of aliva we have the same nucleus olivaris, number 18, nucleus olivaris. And in lateral funiculus, you know, descendant tracts, tractus oliva spinalis. It starts from this nucleus and continues into spinal cord. Clear it is? from nucleus allivaris start tractus alliva spinalis. Next, in medulla we have nuclei of cranial nerves. 4 cranial nerves from 9 till 12 has nuclei in medulla. They are nucleus of 9th cranial nerve, then 10th, then 11th, and 12th.
So 9 is glossopharyngeal.
Yes. 12th nerve, that is hypoglossal nerve, it leaves medulla oblongata in sulcus anterolaterales. All another 3 nerves, glossopharyngeal, vagus, and accessorius, 9th, 10th, and 11th, leaves medulla in sulcus posterolaterales, and 1 nerve in sulcus anterolaterales. Next, 2 fascicles, fasciculus longitudinalis medialis. Today they already present in spinal cord, in cervical segments, but more important to speak about them today in medulla oblongata and in pons, the same. We will speak about fasciculus longitudinalis medialis. That is number 19, I think, 19. That is fasciculus longitudinalis medialis. Number 20, that is formatio reticularis. Number 20, formatio reticularis, and tractus reticula spinalis continues into spinal cord. And in pyramids, we have 2 pyramidal tracts. Do you know which pyramidal tracts you remember in spinal cord? Pyramidal tracts.
Corticospinalis.
Anterior and corticospinalis lateralis, anterior and lateral. And look here, lateral tract, tractus corticospinalis lateralis, it goes to opposite side in pyramids. That is number 21, tractus corticospinalis lateralis, and this tract makes decussation. Number 22, that is decussatio pyramidum. It goes to opposite side in the region of fissura mediana anterior, tractus corticospinalis lateralis. And another tract, that is tractus corticospinalis anterior, it directly continues into spinal cord. Number 23, tractus corticospinalis anterior. 4 tracts present in inferior peduncles of cerebellum. 24, I think here it is 24, this one 25, this 26, and here it is 27. 24, that is tractus spina cerebellaris posterior. Tractus spina cerebellaris posterior. You already know this tract. Axons of which neurons participate in this tract? In tractus spina cerebellaris posterior, who remember?
Nucleus thoracicus.
Good, very good. Nucleus thoracicus continues into tractus spina cerebellaris posterior, and this tract passes through inferior peduncles. Next, 25, fibra arcuata externa. These fibers start from nucleus gracilis and cuneatus and continues to cerebellum. That is fibra arcuata externa. 26, that is fibra alliva cerebellaris, from nucleus alliva goes to cerebellum, fibra alliva cerebellaris. And number 27, fibra vestibula cerebellaris, between vestibular nuclei and cerebellum. They are pass through inferior peduncles of cerebellum. That is all about medulla oblongata. And now some words about pons. On external surface, only 3 names necessary to know. First, that is groove where arteria basilaris take place. That is why name of this groove is sulcus basilaris. Sulcus basilaris, because the same artery, arteria, who remember, arteria basilaris is formed with the help of 2 arteria
vertebralis.
vertebralis. Yes, arteria vertebralis join together and forms arteria basilaris, and arteria basilaris then subdivides into arteria cerebri
Cerebri
posterior. Yes, and from arteria basilaris we have arteria cerebelli superior, cerebelli inferior anterior, here it is cerebelli inferior posterior, and arteria pontis. Yes, and this arteries, arteria pontis, supplies pons. Clear it is. This artery, arteria basilaris, take place in ventral surface of the pons. That is why name of this groove is sulcus basilaris. Here it is sulcus medianus posterior, and number 3, that is medial peduncle of cerebellum, pedunculate cerebellaris medii, medial peduncle of cerebellum. Now, internal structure. Central structure of the pons, that is trapezoid body, corpus trapezoidum, number 4, corpus trapezoidum, trapezoid body, that is auditory fibers, and laterally from them, here and here, we have dorsal nucleus of trapezoid body, number 5, nucleus dorsalis, corporis trapezoidei. Everything what is above of trapezoid body, that is dorsal part of the pons, and below of trapezoid body we speak about ventral part. In ventral part we have pyramidal tracts, that is number 6, pyramidal tracts. You already know that pyramidal tracts are tractus cortica spinalis anterior, cortica spinalis lateralis, and new tract, tractus cortica nuclearis. 3 tracts in pyramids. You should write next time when you will draw diagram. Number 6 pyramid, pyramidum, and you should explain that it consists of tractus cortica spinalis anterior, then tractus cortica spinalis lateralis, and tractus cortica nuclearis. 3 tracts participate in pyramidal tracts. These tracts surround with a lot of nuclei. They are nuclei pontis, a lot of small nuclei. Nuclei pontis, number 7, nuclei pontis. And from this nuclei start tractus ponta cerebellaris. This tract passes through medial peduncle and continues to cerebellum. Tractus ponto cerebellaris. Start from nuclei pontis and continues to cerebellum. Tractus ponta cerebellaris. That is number H. Tractus ponta cerebellaris. Now, above, in dorsal part of pons, above of trapezoid body. First of all, that is lemniscus medialis. Lemniscus medialis, number 9. Lemniscus medialis. And number 9, lemniscus medialis. And this lemniscus consists of 3 tracts which goes to thalamus. You already know them. They are spina thalamicus lateralis, spina thalamicus anterior, and tractus bulbothalamicus. 3 tracts, the same like here. Tractus spina thalamicus lateralis, spina thalamicus anterior, and tractus bulbothalamicus. Thalamicus. Now, in dorsal part of the pons, we have nuclei of another 4 cranial nerves, from 5th, then 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3 cranial nerves has nuclei in pons: trigeminal nerve, abducens, facial, and vestibular cochlear nerve, or auditory nerve. It is the same. And reticular formation, formatio reticularis, what is number 10? Number 10, formatio reticularis. Number 11, that is the fascicles, the same like here. Fasciculus longitudinalis medialis, number 11. And tractus rubrospinalis, the same we have. Tractus rubrospinalis number 12. Tractus rubrospinalis. That is diagram of pons. Two diagrams, pons and medulla oblongata. Next time, and classification of departments of brain. What we can see on preparates. That is brain stem. It consists of medulla oblongata, pons, and midbrain. Today we speak about medulla oblongata and pons. Here it is ventral surface, here it is dorsal surface. Above of them should be cerebellum. Here it is should be cerebellum, but we cut cerebellum, and because we need to see dorsal surface of pons and medulla. Not very clear to see. That is here it is should be fissura mediana anterior. Then here it is pyramid, that is aliver, and here it is inferior peduncle of cerebellum. This groove between aliver and peduncle, that is sulcus posterolaterales, between pyramid and aliver, sulcus anterolaterales. Here it is sulcus basilaris, in ventral surface of pons, sulcus basilaris, and this structure, that is medial peduncles of cerebellum, and here it is sulcus medianus posterior. That is all what we can see on preparate. And last moment, please open in manual diagram of pons. Next, here it is. Look here. At this diagram, something above of